Hey, beautiful souls. I'm Sarah, your soul oracle, deconditioning coach, and mirror here at Soul Heart Intuitive Coaching. And this is your energy update for the week of October 19th to the 25th. So, this week, something sacred starts to stir beneath the surface, but it's not loud. It's a kind of a hum. It's like roots are shifting, like our soul soil is starting to turn over in preparation for what's next. These aren't just new ideas that are arising, they're initiations, they're portals, they're moments that ask something more of you. It's not a matter of more effort, but more embodiment. The cosmos aren't whispering right now, they're roaring. The skies are ablaze with the intensity of Scorpio, Neptune's mysticism, and Pluto's precision. This is the kind of week where transformation doesn't live in your journal, it lives in your bones, in your breath, and in the way you choose to show up, especially when it's uncomfortable. So make sure you pause, you get still, and you feel it. There's a tug to go deeper. It's an invitation to move from your center, not your conditioning. The quiet knowing that your next chapter doesn't come from pushing harder, it comes from choosing differently. So let your plans become prayers. Let your actions be rooted in presence, not performance. And let your vision bloom, not from urgency, not from fear, but from the soil of your own truth. So, this is the week to remember you are not here to force a breakthrough. You are here to become the space it moves through. Remember, you're not behind, you're not broken, you're being rewritten. So, let the shimmer turn into structure. Let the clarity arrive without force. Take one breath at a time. You're not leaving the path, you are the path. So, overall energy for the week 3 cards: Solar Eclipse Revolution, Second House Owning, and Taurus I Have. So we're still feeling the results of what happened during eclipse season. Eclipse season was kind of the precipice point. It was the big shift that some of us needed, the kick in the pants that we might have needed in order to start to move and to shake up the direction that we've been headed in. The other 2 cards are speaking to the same thing. So we have owning and what you have. What do you have? What do you own? What do you possess as part of yourself? Those are really the questions that you need to focus on right now. Do you have everything that you need? If you don't, then that's the first place that you focus on. But the results of that eclipse are still shaking out. Even though we've moved past the full moon for this month, we're still feeling the results of what happened and what transpired. It's okay. You're on your path. This is the path that you have chosen, that you have selected, whether you want it to be or not. So let's just see what each of the zodiac signs have to say. I've pulled cards for each one. And remember, these messages, they're layered. They're where the gold lives this week. So pay attention to your sun and your rising sign, as that is where your future self is whispering through the veil. So let's tune in. It's not a matter of controlling the outcome, but to mirror back what your soul already knows is ready to shift. So let this be the pause. It's your anchor, your reminder that this season isn't here to break you, it's here to recalibrate you. All right. So, Aries, your card this week is forward movement. So, things for you are starting to move forward. Now, it might not quite seem like that because Neptune has moved back into Pisces and Saturn has moved back into Pisces. So, it might be kind of counterintuitive for you in terms of the concept of forward movement, but you are moving forward. You're taking steps. You can make shifts. You can make adjustments. You can make changes right now. This is a great time for you to do that while those planets are back in their previous sign to finish things up. This is a time for you to take the information that you've learned while those planets are in those signs and for you to start to apply them and to start to move in that direction. If you're able to do that, then it will help you to get a jump start when those planets circle back at the beginning of next year. So, this is an opportunity for you to take forward movement, even though it might not seem like it, and use that to your advantage so that when the time comes, you are prepared. Now, preparation is, you know, all in the minute details a little bit, anyways. But just let things unfold as they will. But it's time for you to start taking forward movement. Taurus, your card this week is self-love. One of the most important things that we can do is to love ourselves and to love yourself enough to do this work, to dig into the shadows, to look at yourself, and to truly learn to love yourself for who you are and who you can be. That is the most important thing that you can, the most important gift that you can ever give yourself is to love yourself enough to do that work, to bring all of this to fruition. We can't do and take the steps that we want to take if we don't truly value ourselves and our own opinions. So value yourself enough this week to take that leap and to love yourself. And as I've said before on these videos, mirror exercises are a great place to start. Stand in the mirror and say, I love you. First day is going to be extremely uncomfortable if you aren't already there. But over the course of 30 days, you will start to notice the shift and the change. So I encourage you to do that exercise this month and learn to love yourself. Gemini, your card this week is mental repetition. There is something that is going on repeat in your head. And most likely it's been going on repeat in your head a lot lately. It's not something new. It's not something different. It's a continuation of something that you've already had. So allow that mental repetition to unravel this week. Start to look at it. What is it telling you? That is the area where you need to focus on. That information, it's there for a reason. The things in our body and our minds, they don't just happen out of nowhere. They're there to give us information and guidance. So listen to what your body, listen to what your mind, listen to what your emotions are trying to tell you, as that is where you can start to make shifts this week that can help you move forward in the long run. Cancer, your card this week is transform. So Cancer, you are going through a time of transformation, aren't we all? Good or bad, doesn't necessarily matter. The important thing is how you deal with the transformation that is unfolding, the changes that are happening. Are you running to those changes or are you kicking and screaming from them? Either one is part of the path. But the important thing is that you allow yourself to transform. You allow yourself to grow. You move in that direction. Transformation is one of the only constants in this life. We are always trying to grow as human beings. That is why we're here. So allow the transformation to unfold this week and see what it has to say and see what it reveals to you. Leo, your card this week is release. It's time for you to let something go. Now, letting go is never easy, but it is an important part of your steps and the things that you need to do so that you can move forward. Releasing is an essential part of life, whether it's going through your closet and getting rid of clothes that you don't need anymore, or whether it's releasing people that no longer serve your own vision. Either one, it's all part of the process. So it's time for you to look at what is being released in your life, whether it's being released for you or whether it's a choice that you need to make so that you can make the decision and you can start to prepare for that next path forward. Virgo, your card this week is sincere relationships. It is important for you to look at your relationships this week. Are they coming from the right place? If the people are manipulative or toxic, it's time to get rid of them. I know it's easier said than done. But you want relationships right now that are focused on sincerity, loyalty, truth, honesty, all of those things that make for good relationships. Those are the things that you need to pay attention to. If the relationships don't fit that criteria, then it is time to start to examine them and see if there's a way that you can move past them and that you can move on from them. That's not necessarily easy, as I said, but it is an essential part. I know I have had to look at some of my own relationships here recently. I don't have Virgo in my chart, but it is never an easy process. And if you don't make the right decision for you, then the universe might just make it for you. Libra, your card this week is modify. Changes are happening, things are shifting. You've been going through stuff in your own sign. There is movement that is happening there, which means that modifications and changes are being made. Now, these modifications and changes, they could be for the good or they might not. It's all a matter of perception and how you see it. But either way, the modifications are going to shift and they're going to change and they're going to move for you. So allow those modifications and those shifts to start to happen. Work with what your emotions are feeling as a result of those modifications and those shifts. Because you can only control you. That is something that you can do, is to work from that place and to see what it is that you need to modify. So if you can make modifications for yourself, that's great. Take the initiative and do it. If modifications are happening to you, then find a way to accept those modifications. And what do you need to deal with as a result of those modifications being made for you? Scorpio, your card this week is choice. You have a choice this week. It might not seem like it. It might seem like all the choices are being made for you, but you do, and you always have a choice. So make the choice that is in your highest and best good, your best interest. You can always go back and make another choice at another point in time, but you need to make the choice this week. End of story. Don't circle around. Don't just keep allowing those choices to be made for you. You make the choice this week. Sagittarius, unexpected. Something unexpected is happening to you. Could be good, could be bad. Who knows? But this unexpected choice is going to move you in this direction that you need to go in. Uranus is still opposite your sign. So shifts and changes are going to be happening. Unexpected things are going to be happening. Allow those unexpected choices to move you in that unexpected direction. And don't just try and force things to stay the same. Life isn't a constant. It might seem like it at times, but then something will all of a sudden happen and you'll start to move in this new direction. So allow these unexpected changes to move with you this week, as you never know what direction they could take you. Capricorn, your card this week is receive healing. Need a little bit of healing, Capricorn? It's okay, don't we all? But you have to be willing to accept it. You have to be willing to do it. You have to be willing to receive it. It's one thing to do things and just go about your business. It's another thing to actually have to ask. So this might be part of what you're working on this week, is how do you actually ask for the help that you need so that you can receive the healing that you need? Now, if it's something like Reiki, massage, acupuncture, those things, this is a great week to make an appointment to get help so that you can start healing things within your own body, mind, soul. All of them are important. So focus on one aspect this week if you haven't. And if you've done like body work, then this is a great time to do work with your mind. But work on your healing this week. That is where you are being guided to. Aquarius, your card this week is barriers. Barriers are being set up. Barriers are being torn down. You can see it globally right now. But in terms of you, what you need to pay attention to is where those barriers are coming up and where they're coming down. Where they're going up is probably a point where you need to be paying attention and say, this is a stop point. But where barriers are coming down, that could be a great place for you to invest your energy because something is shifting and something is changing in that area of your life. So pay attention to where the barriers are this week, as it will guide you in which direction you need to go in. And Pisces, your card this week is ruminate. This is a week for you to think. Go back over everything that has happened. The eclipse in September happened in your opposite sign. So there have been a lot of changes that have been made, things that have been shifting for you. So you need to pay attention to what those are. Think them through. See what they had to say. There is something that is there for you to pay attention to. So this is a week for you to just sit and think. Don't take action. Don't move in a new direction unless you're guided to. But sit and truly think about what direction it is that you want to go to and what information it is that you learned over the past few months. So remember, you're not lost. You're in between stories. Let these messages find a place in your body, even if they don't make sense yet, because sometimes the most powerful knowing comes in the quiet after the card is pulled. So let the messages you received anchor your next step, even if you can't see the full map yet. Our sun and rising signs are layered codes, so let them sit, let them settle. And if you're craving deeper cosmic guidance and spiritual anchoring, come join me inside the Soul Keys Temple. It's my signature monthly membership. We move with the moon, we look at the transits, and anchor into the astrology of the moment through live sessions, reflection prompts, and potent transmissions. It's where the soul meets structure and where you're reminded that your path is sacred, even when it's messy. You can find full details at www.soulheartintuitivecoaching.com. And you can also always book a personal soul session if you want to go deeper one-on-one. I'm also on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, and that's where the magic will continue. So here's to a week of sacred pivots, anchored clarity, and deep inner resonance. Stay tuned, stay luminous, stay you, and I will talk to you next week.